Greetings, community. It's Kevin from 1-2 Comic Talk, and my co-host, as you'll see, right? It's better if I do it that way. Christy.
Yep.
Hi, Christy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
And if you remember people out there, Christy Shin, she's from Horror Torah Studios, and what I haven't done in a long time is just show you a little bit of her work. So I'm going to take that moment right now. This is a separate call. This is the one I'm going to be throwing at my daughter, who you see below me right now with her boyfriend, Jerry. I'm going to be throwing this one at her. And I think this is the one that Christy's more notably known for nowadays, just Demon Bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter.
You're fat.
So at one point, I swear I will be giving these books away, but I'm going to force you guys to keep watching this. And it will be a random day that I decide to give some of Christy's stuff away. So to introduce the person that's now below, you'll see Khalees and Jerry. Khalees is my daughter. And basically, almost from day one that I had received the book that we're going to be talking about today, which is right here. And this is the fuck. And you definitely are saying that when you're reading this book. The whole time. It's so fun, so entertaining, so wit. You know, there's so much wit in the writing of this, and I'm sure Khalees can agree. But as opposed to me keep talking about this, how about we go ahead, bring this artist, this creator, this genius of an individual, Mia Bunn.
Amy.
Hey,
How you doing, Mia?
hi guys.
And how you doing?
I'm not a morning person. I'm getting it together. I went to bed at 5 in the morning.
Oh.
I have an online class that had a pretty big assignment, so I was up on that all night long until 5 in the morning, and then, I woke up again at 8. So I'm on about 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Was this the quarantine time induced education, or this is before the quarantine?
This was before the quarantine, and it was supposed to be, an on-campus class, and then they had to turn it into an online class. So now we're doing Zoom lectures, and it's pretty fun. I mean, it's a cool class. It's good to know. It's just it's called it's all about social media apps and how to optimize everything and get everything monetized, optimized, and everything. So that's what's pretty interesting about it.
Yeah.
So
it's like a business course.
Yeah. So, she's got us doing, different assignments where we have to, submit it, send it, link everything together. She has to be able to just, click on the URL and see what we've posted. So I think it's useful, very useful.
Well, cool. I do appreciate you hanging out. I do realize that you only got a few hours sleep, and it is morning.
Yes, I have my coffee though, so I'm good there.
I do appreciate you being here. And I would love for you, one, to talk about this book that I'm holding in my hands right here, and for you out there in the community. I mean, one, yes, I recommend this book. The problem is, once you read issue 1, you got to find a way to get issue 2. And as we all know, that these new comic book day things are causing a problem for everyone. I was fortunate enough to get one.
Yes,
Khalees
too.
And Jerry was fortunate enough to be able to read it, right, Khalees? And for the community that doesn't know you, Mia, and for the community that doesn't know your work, can you go ahead and give a little, brief explanation of one, who you are, how they can find you, and what you're writing right now?
All right. Okay. So I'm Mia Bunn, writer, illustrator of the Fuck comic book. And this is something that just kind of, the comic book was formed simply because I had I had an animatic, a lot of images, and a friend of mine said it would be a great idea to turn it into a comic book. So here we go. I took all those images, put them together, and now we've got enough for about maybe 4 or 5 issues. And I'm already writing episode 2, which is going to give me more images, and I'll have enough for another 4 or 5 issues. So it's just going to keep going. There's going to be a comic book, but I'm still pushing this as an animated comedy series. I'm still, optimistic about that. But in the meantime, it's a comic book, and that's what it's going to be. And I'll continue pushing that. So it is available. I have all of my books with me, but I'm also working on getting them on the shelves. They're on the shelf at Atomic Basement. I'm not sure if Comic Bug still has some.
They do.
And also they're on the shelf at Pulp Fiction as well.
Nice.
Oh,
So a lot of I had a tour set up with, of book signings set up, but they all got canceled for the month of April. So as soon as this crap is over, we'll get popping again. And
so for those that don't know, that's Pulp Fiction in Culver City, correct?
Yes, Culver City Pulp Fiction. Yes.
Okay. So Pulp Fiction, Culver City, California. That's also in both locations, I believe, at the Comic Bug, which is in Manhattan Beach and in Culver.
I don't
and
know.
then that's
I think they both have some books, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's
sure.
where I picked up this one.
Oh, really? They have it? Okay, sweet.
So they still have them. And then, like you said, Atomic Basement, I believe, still has a good hand stack also.
They have a few. I gave them a new stack.
Or they can reach out to you directly, correct?
Right. Yes, you can totally, all of my, Instagram followers or Facebook, you can just message me and I give me your address and I'll mail it to you. It's simple as that. And, I'll mail it out. I'll take a picture of the receipt and everything.
And they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, right?
That's right.
Matter of fact,
Instagram, Facebook, Instagram,
YouTube. You even have a YouTube video.
I have a YouTube channel, so I'll give you the links, or we could put them. I don't know how to put them up, but for Instagram, it's DA_2_FUQ1, and Facebook is D-FUQ ? And YouTube is Defuck Comic. I believe it's Defuck Comic Studio. I believe, yeah, Defuck Comic Studios. Just go to there, and that's my YouTube channel for Defuck.
May also find you too.
Yeah, I think it's run on. I have there's my there's 2 channels. There's one with just Mia Lynette Bunn, but the other one is Defuck Comic Studio. So
now,
yeah.
Khalees, when you first read this book, what was your first impression when you held this comic book in your hand and you were reading this content? What was your first impression?
I mean, I think I heard you say it before, you tried to relate to Instagram or something, but it's super relevant with everything, I feel more the rap community, all the words and stuff. It was someone young wrote this, they know what's going on. So it was, because I'm young, it was kind of cool to relate to, I guess, because that's what I see every day.
So how did you come up with this concept, Mia? How did you come up with the idea? I mean, where did all this come from?
I had everything that I've been witnessing with. I have kids, and they're 19 and early 20s, and all of the drama and the things that I see going on with them and their friends, the language they use. When I finally got an Instagram account and started seeing this sensation with the bigger butts and the IG hoes and the whole all of that, just I had something to say. I had to talk about this. And so I just took my most sarcastic dark thoughts and used it to create this comic book, because it's just a sarcastic way of making fun of all of the nonsense that you see in Instagram and all of the things that oftentimes I would say, well, I just learned that they're not really millennials, but I'd say that the early 20 somethings give relevance to.
No, the pin.
So all of that, it's
It's on the corner.
and I'm looking at, this newer generation are finding ways to make money without actually really working.
Yeah.
They're making money with followers and all. It's an entire, it's a social, it's all social media. They're using social media to make their income. And that's what is so different about this new generation. It's all about social media. It's 100%. FaceTime.
Now, the two main characters that you have in this book, can you elaborate a little about the two main protagonists in this book?
Oh, yes, Lexi and Princess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lexi, I can give you the backstory on them.
Sure, please.
So Lexi, she is an IG hoe. Before she had all of that work done, she used to be super skinny and she didn't have ass or boobs or anything. And she grew up in the suburbs, and she was very bored. She really, really wanted to be sexy, and she wanted sexual attention, and she wanted to be a rap video star. And so she ended up moving to LA, making friends with the right people. She eventually was able to save enough money to get the boob job, the butt job, and then she ended up she would be in every rap video possible. She met Pimpsess in a rap video. Pimpsess was already a stripper.
So which one of the two are you? So right now, Pimpsess is which one of these two?
Pimpsess is the black girl. She was already a stripper.
Okay.
And so Pimpsess and Lexi became friends when they met in the rap video. And next thing you know, Lexi ends up stripping with her. And so they're like a tag team. They're best friends, but they're also fight a lot. They do a lot of out-of-pocket things. They get in trouble a lot. And that's why they got fired.
Yeah.
So they got fired, but they didn't give up. They're still always trying to conjure up new crazy ways to make money. So whether it be stripping or videos or Instagram or getting followers, that's what they're all about. Lexi is still an IG hoe. Lexi's look is inspired by this Instagram hoe called Lisa Aries. If you look up Lisa Aries, that's who Lexi is.
I'm going to go do that right now. How do you spell her last name?
It's Lissa, 2 S's. Lisa Aries, Aries.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And there's a lot of Lisa Aries pretenders, but I can send you a link to the real Lisa Aries. But yeah, that is Lexi, 100%, everything about her. And she has over 2 million followers.
Yeah, I see it right now.
And she has a YouTube channels, and she makes a lot of money doing what she does. And so this is Lexi completely. And this is the kind, there's a lot of women out there doing that. And that's kind of what my book is making fun of that. And also the fact that you notice that on Instagram, you know how fights are never stopped anymore? People just stand there and watch them and film them.
Right.
They record. That is a horrible, awful thing that society does. Yeah. Nobody really cares about people anymore. They just want to watch the the carnage and just record it rather than get in there and save the person that's getting hurt. You know, it's just, I feel like the person who's recording it is equally as evil as the person who's doing the beatdown. So I just feel like it is a little bit strange how this world is changing that way.
Yeah.
At the same time that you're writing a book that's fun, that's adventure, that has, that you're poking, a little bit of satire and stuff like that. What you're also doing is you're actually showing a mirror to people and say, look, this is also a way to keep yourself in check.
Exactly.
So as much as you're having fun, as much as you're enjoying the ride, understand that this could be your car too, is kind of what you're, I mean, it's a weird metaphor, but you kind of get what I'm saying, right?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm trying to, that's the message I'm trying to put out there is I'm showing you the mirror. I want you to laugh at what you do, and I want you to laugh at what entertains you. You have to almost laugh at, look at the shit that's entertaining you now, and that you're actually, you sick fuck,
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, like when we first met, we actually clicked. Like we were talking about ratchet ass hoes and shit all the time. It's like, oh, I hate this bitch. Yeah, I hate this bitch too.
Right. It's like you say you don't like it, but you're still watching it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, I just typed up and then like I know a chick like that, but she doesn't have much to show. She does it badly. Plus, she's an asshole. So.
Right. So yes, and same here, Christy. You get it, because you're using the sickness of our minds to entertain us.
Yeah. Why do you even follow these people? Like they don't have anything. I mean, I don't have hatred towards Lisa Aries. She never did anything to me, but people like her. I'm not saying
I follow her.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. But I mean, yeah, like sometimes I meet some girls and they just fucking have nothing to offer. And I'm not saying like hating on them because they're skinny or something, but it's just like you fucking have a froggy-eyed 3/4 turn look. You're not even posing right half the time. You're like,
right.
You just talk about yourself in this wailing sort of self-centeredness. And I'm just like, why the fuck do people follow you? You don't even look good enough to fuck. But anyway, like,
yes, that woman is. She's a phenomenon. She's overdone, like in the most obnoxious way, and yet has 2 million followers.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, well, I guess if you've been around it long enough, like they did this thing, like kind of like buying followers, kind of pad your numbers. Oh, and I've been learning about it. Is like in the early days, you could buy followers, and then you could go on other websites and say, well, I'll pay for likes. So you could I mean, I don't know about Lisa Aries. Lisa Aries. I don't know about her. I'm not saying this about her personally, but like the people that I know that are trying to be Instagram famous, it's like, there's no way. You don't post anything fucking interesting. You don't even have a good booty. You like hit on married men all the time. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I guess, what she does is, like if you pay, she has a site where you have to pay to get allowed in. And then she does a lot of X-rated shit. That is the definition of an Instagram hoe. They do X-rated stuff, but you have to pay to get in to those to get to see those videos, because those videos are the ones where she takes it all off. So that's where you get, this is for the guys that need to take care of themselves. So that's what she provides, videos.
Right.
And so that's Lisa Aries. She has her R-rated images, which she has public. But then her X-rated images you have to pay for.
Ah, I see. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. At least it's not like clumsily saying, hey, if I put out nudes on Facebook, can you PayPal me or something?
No. She does have a site. She makes it very difficult to get in. You have to really, you have to actually sign up. You have to become a member, and then you have to get, wait for her to invite you in. And you have to pay.
Okay, but that's the thing. I think that's legitimate. It's like, okay, I mean, it's not hating on anybody. I have friends that are like Patreon models and they have more X-rated content or more nudity. if you're a Patreon member or subscriber, and I get that, you know, like, okay, that's fine. If that's what they want, it's what you want to do. I just kind of laugh at people that do it badly. And then they go like, why do you think I'm skeezy? And I'm like, I don't know. You act like one. You fucking suck, you know?
Well, there's, you know, there are a lot of them that just do as much as they can using Instagram, trying to do it for free, but they put too much out there.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not willing to pay for the websites and the different platforms to, you know, make themselves a little more exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And it's like some of them are gross anyway, so I don't want to fucking look at you anyway.
Right.
Like, goddamn, I see you and you look like you smell of sour milk.
That's funny.
Z Collects was asking, where can they purchase it, Mia?
Oh, purchase the book? Well, right now, I mean, you can order it from me either order it from me, or you can go to order it through Pulp Fiction Comics, or Atomic Basement has some, and Comic Bug has some. Both locations.
What's
so you can hit them up.
Any of those places, I know that basically all these places are working a skeleton shift at certain days. So if you do call, more likely you'll get a hold of someone and they will assist you on being able to receive this book. Now, as far as today is concerned, I will be handing out one of these books to one of you lucky watchers. But to get back to you, Mia, now, you made mention about animation. Now, I agree. I believe this book is more deserving of an animation than it is to be, how should I say, read as a book. And what I mean by that, I think a good example, I don't know if you're familiar with a title called Agrasuko, but it's it's a title about it's an animation, and I'm not going to get a breakdown of all of it. What I'm really getting at is,
send me a link.
If you want, I will definitely shoot you something. But it's right now, it's a book, is what I'm getting at. It's been released as a comic book, but it's on its 3rd season as an animation on, I believe it's Amazon, and it only works as a comic book if you already pre-existingly know the animation. Then you can go, okay. I feel the same way about your book. I feel that. I think it would come across better reading it if you already knew what the animation was about. So I've seen a clip that you've put out before, and I believe exactly what you're saying. This needs to be an animation. This has to be on like an Adult Swim or some type of nighttime Nickelodeon thing. This is it has, because to me, especially after reading the 2nd issue, it comes across better when you can hear the music, when you can get a feel and you're immersed in the animation, than going, because I know what you're referring to and everything. That I get what you're meaning on the book. But if you don't, you're not understanding of the type of lifestyle or anything, it's hard to get it. So what I'm really saying in all this is, if anyone out there, someone needs to work with Mia. Someone needs to make this with Mia as far as an animation. This has to be made. If you were to do,
she animated Demon Bitch.
Basically, I had a 2-part question. One, in your book, how are you going to make this as far as stories? Are you going 5 or 6 issues to make an arc? And then as far as an animation, how would you drop it? Would you drop it as like 15 or 20-minute increments, or would you want to do? I mean, how would you?
10-minute increments. 10-minute animated shows. And also, I'm thinking, because money is an issue, and if I can't afford to pay animators, I could do something like a partial animation, like a web comic, but with slight animation, not over the top, but just a little bit, enough to entertain you, and with voiceover. So I can use voiceover, partial animation, and that's something that I can manage without breaking the bank. And then have all of that on a YouTube channel. So that way I could just build the followers that way, and that's sort of a backdoor route, as opposed to crossing my fingers and hoping that it gets picked up by a network. So I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Regardless, there are CAA. My synopsis was submitted to CAA, and they do like it through Slickwoods, the model. My fear, though, is that they want to steal it from me because the Slickwoods people and her managers, you know, they want me to submit all of this raw material, but they haven't, you know, been willing to sit down and put some paperwork on the table. You know, I really need to see some contracts and some paperwork. How am I going to be protected? You know, don't just ask me for raw materials and not discuss money and paperwork, you know? So I've been stalling them. They've been asking me, like, when are you going to submit when are you going to submit the stuff? I'm like, I'm still working on it. I just keep saying I'm still working on it. I'm trying to buy time because even though I know that they want, but I'd prefer, I would rather keep my baby, you know, I don't know.
Sure.
You know, it's like, I'm not ready to give, unless the price is right, I'm not going to give up my baby. They want to take it from me and say that Slickwoods is the creator. Slickwoods wants to be the creator. She wants to be I'm like, I don't really like that. So
I don't blame you.
Right.
Because they know if they did it right, it could blow up, and then
because so the character Tara, the Nemesis, she is modeled after Slickwoods. The model.
And you know, as you were describing, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I see where this character came from.
So I was tagging Slickwoods every time I made a post, right? So she finally responded with, "What does my character say?" She DM'd me. And that's when we got into a conversation, and then I ended up meeting her in a hotel, and she was talking about she wants to have a cartoon with her, starring her. The reason I was tagging her is because I wanted her to do the voiceover for my character. I needed her voice. She is the personality. She is the one. I needed her, but she wants to take it from me. I don't want her to do that.
You should settle this like true fucking like ghetto ass style, like get into a fucking public fight, like on bum fights and shit.
I know.
She don't wear hoop earrings. Let her wear hoop earrings or some shit.
I mean, she wants to take it from me, and I just don't. You know, we're still, you know, we're cool. I mean, we're still on very good terms. We're friendly. She's been liking what I post. You know, I still tag her. I've just been very silent about what I want to do with it. I've been very coy, you know, so I'm trying to play the cards right. I want to wait until they come to me and say, okay, let's have a real legitimate meeting and let's talk about money, you know, and that's really all I want. So when this COVID shit is over, I'm sure we'll all get together.
Yeah.
On that. But in the meantime, I'm still going to try and make something else happen. The more I put out, there's no way they can say that they're the creator. If I keep putting it out and saying created by Mia, they really can't do that anymore.
Did you copyright
Yeah,
it?
there's a trail of the original, you know, creator.
Yes,
so
I did. I haven't received the it's submitted, but you know it takes 18 months to get anything back.
Well,
And
it's only valid by the date you file. So it's like you don't have to get the certification, and if you did it online, then you have a record of it.
Okay, I do have that. I do have record of the characters, and the first book has also been submitted. The second book I haven't copywritten, but the first book I have. So they really, you know, technically, yes, I am protected, but I don't know how much I'm protected.
I think from what I understand, if you have emails going back and forth, that further protects you. That is what I heard.
Okay.
So if you have the emails saying, okay, this is mine, I'm sending you stuff. There you go. All
right. And my other fear is that they get another artist to do all my shit and do it again. You know, it's like, oh no. If they get another artist to just copy me, I'll be so fucking pissed.
Well, they couldn't get away with it.
Me too. one of the things that really attracted me to your book was the type of art that you do. You know, to me, this was some of the more original novel approach to what you do because it fits what you're doing. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean,
no, it totally does. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's,
I find out a lot of times with writers that they're always in search of the right artist. And when I mean artist is a lot of times it starts with a good penciler, then they're trying to find the right inker, then they're trying to find the right colorist. And any one area can falter what the writer is really trying to convey.
Yeah, if the
so
look,
as
you
you're controlling everything,
you're saying that the look of the characters or the art style matches the stories.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing that you always want to try to do. I feel as a writer, that's what you're always trying to do is get the proper conveyance of your character.
Right.
And it's everything from the lines to the palette to, you know, how they're moving and how they're bending and all that. And to me, when you finally nail what you're trying to do, to have anyone come behind you, just it ruins the authenticity of the idea of the character.
Absolutely. It totally would, because you know, I mean, and it, you know, it helps. Like comic artists, you know, oftentimes they're the writer and the artist. And so that's when, you know, the character matches the story. The character matches the theme. You know, it's like with Christy, you know, your character matches your story because you do both, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, you really, it's I feel lucky that I'm able to do both.
Yeah,
I feel lucky.
The thing is I just treat Demon Bitch like she's a sack of shit. So it's like I just imagine a sack of shit that I'm kicking around. Now with
it comes from your it's a truth. It comes from your something that you hate. It's your truth, and that's because Demon Bitch is very honest, and she comes from your honest pettiness, from the most pettiest, darkest part of you. That's where Demon Bitch comes from, and that's where every comic book it should. If you want to make a funny book or a funny story, it has to come from the pettiest, darkest part of you.
Oh yeah, you know? Like no, don't do that, don't do that, and it's like, oh, I did it, and it unleashed the hell on the world. I mean, the thing is, because like with Princess and Lexi, they look like floppy rubber bands with silicon parts, so they're like all flopping around and all this shit. But it's like Demon Bitch, I imagine, is this fucking sack of shit that you just kick somewhere. Like when I see Lexi and Princess, they're like kind of like dancing, but you know, like they're twerking and shit. So I think of rubber bands and you know, bounce things, right?
But yes, well, that's what I see when I'm looking at these Instagram videos. I'm like, okay, these girls don't have any bone. Where's the muscle? Where they don't work out. They just have implants, and they just shake their implants around.
It's like a system. You're like wobbling it around and poking that shit. You're like, oh yeah, that's the only hard thing there.
Right.
Yeah, like so, there was this one girl, like she said, look at my gains. I like I had 2 bowel resections. Like, where's your scars, you stupid bitch? Because like I had a major bowel resection like in September, and then she's like going, and then like the guy said, oh yeah, your stomach looks nice, and he's married, and she says, look at, but I think my tits have grown since high school. I'm like, why'd you mention your tits? Jesus.
Sexual harassment.
I tell you, man, what can I say? Like, just sometimes some people on the internet should just not type.
Oh my God. And also all of the thirsty bitches. Oh my God. There's so many thirsty people on the internet. You know, I make fun of that. I'm doing an entire episode about Lexi playing the depressed girl, playing depressed. You know, when chicks want attention and they start getting on the web talking about how depressed they are, and just to get attention.
I'm sad. Or the dumbass chicks that write like the pseudo inspirational shit, and it's like, you went and read Rumi, didn't you? Like I like Rumi, but it's like you quote Rumi and you're a loveless cunt. Fuck you, you know.
That's fun.
No, they are. Like I've noticed that the girls that quote Rumi all the time, they're the meanest, most snobby little cunts that I've ever met. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like Rumi's actually good.
Right.
Be the love you never received, Rumi. And I'm like, but you're a bitch to everybody. I don't get it.
Right. Yeah. It's like they're not, they don't, they're, I guess they're not consistent.
Well, they're hypocritical. They think I have
Right.
tits. I'm going to go and say, look at me. I'm so sad and awkward and everything. And you want to have sex with me. And I'm like, I bet you smell rotten, man.
No. Right.
It's like that insincere, I'm a nice person. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you're right. Especially, oh yeah, there's a few people I see, you know, the ones that have, if there's women that live in your story section where they post, God, they will have every minute of every second of their day documented in their story. I'm like, dude, are you ever off the phone? Are you ever like just doing things that are not documented? Like they literally have to document everything. She will like document that she's changing her clothes. Document, oh, look at my butt. Oh, look at my. It's just, you know.
You know, the irony behind that is if you were to ask that same person, so, hey, what did you do yesterday? Oh, nothing. It's like, wait a minute, you have 23 and a half hours of documentation and stuff, and you probably don't remember anything you did you? Of any real substance, do you? And
No,
no.
It's all on her story, on the story. That it's just, if you look across the story, there's probably 1,000 little dash marks, meaning, so, you know, oftentimes when I see women like that and I run across it, I'm like, I just completely like skip, like, because it's just, it's too much work. You're sucking up all my fucking time.
Swipe left. Anyway,
swipe left like this. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's funny because like sometimes they like do that same like weird ass, like the bad ones that like buy all their followers. They do the same froggy eyed fucking 3/4 turn look. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, and so I kind of like, there was this one chick I knew. And I'm not friends with any of these girls. I used to be before I really found out who they were, just as a disclaimer. So I kind of know how it works sometimes. So what happened was that she was just always like, I'm in the hospital and I'm sick. And it's like, the bitch would never take care of herself. She would never eat anything right. She would never drink anything right. And then she's like, oh, you have Crohn's. It's like, you're a fucking cokehead. That's why your stomach hurts all the time. Certified cokehead. Like, they actually snorted coke all the time. So it wasn't like, oh, yes, I did look. Like, Crohn's doesn't come from cocaine use. You know, Crohn's is something different that is really fucked up. That's why it's like I make fun of that person's Crohn's, because it's like, it's not real, you know? Like,
Crohn's is, isn't that like a thyroid issue?
It's really weird. It's ATM. It's like gastrointestinal. So it's from your mouth to your anus. It's a total gastrointestinal. It's like a hyper-inflamed. They're not really sure what it is, but it basically, you cannot really digest anything well. You cannot eat anything well. Like, you can eat physically, but like holding it down or digesting or,
right.
And like Rose said, ATM, I said, yes, I use that for a reason, but ATM, I'm not going to say it here. This is kind of a family show. Actually, I probably screwed that out of the pooch already, the language I used.
Oh.
But yeah, like, but I mean, I read on Wiki that Crohn's it happens in more women than men, but by like 0.5% or 1%, not by much. And I guess it's like this weird genetic reaction, they think, to filth. So it's like dirty things, but it can just be anything that offsets it. So it's not like you live in filth and you have Crohn's. It's just something triggers it, and it's this autoimmune response, I'm guessing. They're kind of not sure.
It causes you to vomit or something?
It's really weird. Like, you just can't digest anything well. Like, I think your intestines are hurting, your bowels are hurting.
They're getting knotted up.
Yeah.
Weird. That's weird.
Poop. You can't digest shit. You sometimes throw up. IBS is like, you just tap stuff really quickly and you just got to go. You know? That's irritable bowel syndrome. So
that's so weird. I'm sorry for anybody who has it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to diagnose because it just has a lot of really weird little things. So it's like, you can't definitively pin it down. So people like that girl that lie about it after their fucking cocaine use, I just like fucking can't stand, because it's like you're making it harder for everybody else to deal with it. You're taking resources away from people that actually do need help with that. So I make fun of people like that go and like say, I'm fucking sick.
Oh yeah. Well, anybody who needs to go public with their ailment for attention is already just, you know, you're a piece of work. It's like if you gotta say you're a real piece of work. You know, like, dude, that's a very private thing. Yeah, that's nobody's business.
Well,
you know?
And here's the thing: it's like I don't mind if you bring attention to it, fine, okay. But there are legitimate people really going through a struggle of living a normal life that's pain-free. And
if you're doing it to cry for, if you're looking for help, like assistance, and you go public because you need public support or assistance, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you're like just doing it to get people to go, you know.
So when I had that pancreatic tumor, that's why I did that hospital selfie. Like,
hey, no, but you did it because that was fucking serious, and
that was real.
Yes. It's also being funny, like, hey, I have an IV hooked up to me. I have all this shit, and I'm like, fuck you. And people really like that picture. Guess what? I got more likes than you. Fuck
you survived it. You know, you're a survivor.
Oh man, I actually also like just had
it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, I mean, I just like also like just drew pancreas with tits, so it's like that made me laugh too. So people like instead of feeling awful about it, and they're like, "Oh, Kristen in the hospital because due to a pancreatic tumor," it's like they're laughing because I drew my pancreas with tits on it, so that was great. So it's like I had a sense of humor about the whole thing. Actually,
no, but that was real, actually. So yeah. that was actually real.
Yeah, it sucked.
And, yeah. No, you paid your due. You paid your dues on that one.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. So I just like had to make fun of it. So like when people go on about their bowel resection, again, this is just not random people, but like the Crohn's girl was like, oh, I say Crohn's girl, by the way, Crohn's. She said, I've had 2 bowel resections. I said, where's your laparoscopic scars, you stupid asshole? I should know.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. This seems like to go public about your bowel issues sounds a little.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know why you need to talk about that. Like, you constantly shit and fart all the time, but hey, you know, whatever works, I guess. It's like the artist wrote that shit on lobotomy too.
Look at if she was using it to get laughs, that would be something different. I don't know.
Right? I mean, if we're like, hey, this is how it is, and this is my life and everything, I'm like, okay, cool. I can dig that too. But just like when people just like, look at me, look at how sad I am, look at how depressing my life is. Pay attention to me. Look at my weird, awkward thing where I'm trying to go and take a sleep. Oh, I had an operation. I feel so good. Okay, we're go to bed now. Like, why are you taking a fucking selfie of yourself? Like, seriously, when I was fucked up in the hospital after an operation, this is how I was. I don't want to take selfies. Don't go away. Just you being in the room annoys me.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, like you're not that sick. You're fucking. I mean, like I can understand maybe a few days later say, "Hey, world, I'm alive" type selfie, but where you're just like, oh, like right, like when after they did that fucking operation, I mean, you're just like. And I've had people with just their gallbladders taken out. They said after that, they just wanted to fucking sleep. They didn't want to like go and do anything or take any pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I always laugh when people have to document their colonoscopies.
Yeah, I'm like, why? I don't want to know what's in your
Why do you want to document your colonoscopy day?
I did want my surgeon. Yeah, I did want my surgeon to take a picture of the pancreas. He just gave me this weird look. It was in me. I want to know what it looked like.
Since you're there.
So you finally got to see what it looked like?
Nah, he didn't take a picture. I was like, but yeah, like my friend was like, God damn, like it's like 6 inches. So it was like, I mean, it's fine ruler here. So 6-inch tumor. Okay, here.
That's huge.
Like that up to there. That was how big the little bastard was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Must have felt like a parasitic twin.
It was actually, because after they took it out and I recovered, I'm actually a lot more mellower now. I'm a lot less tired. Like, even though I'm saying I'm tired now, but it's just not being active because of what the current situation is. But I actually have more energy. Even when I was recovering, and there would be bouts of fatigue because I'd just be tired because,
well, tumors don't they do suck out your energy and your nutrients and a lot of things.
Yeah, they threw a lot out of balance. Like, I gained like 35, 36 pounds. I had no idea how the fuck that happened. And then now it's like, oh, I see how that happened. This little asshole was in me. But I was like, my friends have noticed like a big change. Like I wasn't it wasn't like I was an asshole before, but they just noticed I'm not as angry or agitated.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, wow, you just look healthier. Like you just look better. Like you're calmer. And I think that thing was just sucking the life out of me. So to hypercompensate, I was just like trying to match up, and I have a lot of energy. But at the same time,
like I know you felt like a completely new person after all that.
Yeah, I mean, like as I said, the energy wise, I think I'm on the up and up. There are times I do feel fatigued and tired, especially when I was recovering. But on the whole, I felt a lot better. Like my energy and digestion are better. Like it's weird when I would eat stuff and I'd gain 5 pounds. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I know I didn't eat that much, And I was kind of like wondering about that. But after that, it's like, oh, okay, I gained 2 pounds over the day of eating. But then I lose it and consistently stay the same, So it's good. It's not like I'm just fluctuating all the time or something. So
right.
Yeah, but I'm happy about that. And also I'm not diabetic, so that's a plus too.
Hey, Christy, I saw you were on the shelf at Heidi Ho.
Oh yeah, awesome.
I saw you on the shelf at I went around trying to book some signings, and almost every comic book store I hit, you were on the shelf. I was like, hey, Christy been here. Christy pissed here. Christy been pissing everywhere.
Nice.
This is real good. She's fucking vomited all over.
I know that bitch.
I just like how she's like all like that. And then she splattered against the wall like a big sack of shit right there.
Yeah, right. And I like the back of that book.
Yeah.
I really like the back of that book.
Yeah, some people were like going to my other book, Hellfire and Damnation. They said, I really like the colors of this book. What made you think of using those colors? I said, oh, I just imagined if I threw up, what would show up the most. And they just looked at me like,
I'm ready I gotta get your second issue.
The what?
I gotta get your second issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have your first one. I need your second one now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely. And what's another one? Oh yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna see how much money is, because I just want to get more influx of money, but I'm gonna find a way how to ship it, but it won't be as expensive. So Charlie gave me a suggestion. You were there, Kevin. So
yeah, you know what? Look at shipping. It's like $8. I mean, in order to guarantee that it gets because the guy, I shipped something. I tried to ship it the cheap way, like with $4. Well, they never received the book. It got lost. They never received it. It was so in order, I have to ship with insurance. Otherwise, it's possible they won't receive it.
Do this thing. Do media mail if you can. But
what's it called?
Media mail. Media mail. Yeah, it's like books and stuff. But they kind of go they kind of iffy on comic books. But I just tell them I have a graphic novel, so there you go. So it's like $2 to $3 a book.
Yeah, as long as there's no advertisement with your guys, there's no ads. That you have no issue of being able to use a media mail type service. So it's not only cheaper, you know what I mean, but it's essentially the same priority style mailing.
Yeah.
Well, how does it work? I mean, media mail.
Media mail is just for books or media, like books, CDs, like brochures, things like that, So it's like $2 or $3. I mean, if I was
another category.
Yeah.
You just tell them the category that you want to ship it in, and you just tell them media mail.
Yeah. So, this are the new pins right here. So if I were to ship any of these pins, this is my shameless plug for my Kickstarter. This is Demon.
Well, both of you guys got pins. right?
That's a dope ass pin. I need a new pin. I need to get another one made. I only have I have the Lexi pin, but now I got to make some Pimpsess pins and the fuck
I know
pin.
a good person that can do it. Depends on what you want to have done. And then this is the
enamel, soft enamel.
Yeah, this soft enamel. It's ridged. So this
really
is,
nice. Oh my god! How much did it cost you for those?
These are about probably with everything. I would say probably about $1 or $2 to make off the top of my head.
So, like, if you how many did you order at once?
You're supposed to order a quantity of 100 at a time, but you can order at least like 50.
Okay, so you ordered 100. Who did you use?
I'll tell you. It's a company in China, but they're really good. They're really a good company. They turn it around pretty fast.
I used Wizard pins.
Wizard pins? But I heard good things about them. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad.
They're not that cheap though, but I mean, they did nice work. You know, I like that they gave me the color chart to make sure that the colors come out right. Mm-hmm. And they did glitter. They put glitter on Lexi's boots, and it came out pretty cute. So, and I know pins are not cheap. I mean, I went and I bought a couple of pins. I bought a Biggie Smalls Boba Fett pin, and that shit was like 11 something. I mean, they're like a lot for a little, you know, they're at least $11, more than a fucking book.
They're not cheap. Yeah, people don't realize how expensive they are, you know, and they're cool because it's a great form of advertisement, but it costs more than your book.
Yeah, and if you lose the shit, you're pretty bummed out.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, so if I shipped any of these pins with it, that wouldn't count as media mail. But if you just go and you ship it media mail, like if all you're sending are books, media mail is like cheaper. They just said, like one of the guys, JRK Comics says, if you're shipping media mail, make sure you package it really securely because they beat the hell out of it. Because it's a brochure, but it's easily circumvented. Just tape up the envelope and just make sure you have a good envelope. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I charge like 12 a pin, but they're pretty big. They're like 2 or 3 inches tall.
Yeah, those are big. Yeah, I got like it was 1 inch pin.
Yeah. So, but if you have more stuff done to it, like glitter and things, then yeah, I can see.
Yeah, it had a lot of colors and it was just 1 inch.
Z Collect said I bought a Pokemon pin for $15. Don't judge me. I'm like, dude, it depends on how big it is.
Yeah, you have a nice collection. I saw your collection of pins. It's nice.
Yeah. Are you talking to Z?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like these are like really sturdy. Like I've had this done in a different color, and they're pretty nice. I mean, this is one of the flawed ones. I'm giving it to a friend of mine because the thing, and then the company I use is like really, really, really good. Like their quality is like very good. And if she says, you know, this batch doesn't turn out right, okay, great. Mm-hmm. You know, I really value that in a company. And I told her, like, because of probably what the things have been happening. By the way, these have been like totally nuked. Like I have a UV sterilizer on top of it. So these were being shipped. So obviously being shipped, they're not in human contact that much. The current virus is not known to like live on cardboard or porous surfaces for more than an hour. So, but I just nuked it with my UV sterilizer on top of it too. Those are big. Nice. It's like, those are bigger than the one I got. I said, yeah, it's just like, but yeah. So, I mean, I'd stay with this company, but I can give you her info, dude. Yeah. I don't know, because I haven't done anything more complicated like glitter. Other my friends have, and they said they're pretty okay. But I mean, it wasn't up to their standards. But this is the first time I got a few flaws, but it's like only like 3 out of 100.
But if you get glitter, you have to get it has to be coated with, you know, with something, you know, so that it has to be coated.
Yeah, it's kind of like hard enamel. Like I had hard enamel pins done through her, and it worked. So I charge a bit more for hard enamel.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. They're fun.
So I want to tell the community the reason why Khalees dropped out. Her phone went away. Her phone dropped out. So
no.
All right, bye, Khalees. It was really fun.
But she enjoyed hanging out with you, and she looked forward to more issues. So as you pump them out, I'll be buying them. I'm definitely on that list. So, and I invite everyone out there in the community, you know, to definitely hit up Mia. And if you want an issue right now, type, what do you want to say, Kai? I want?
Number 1 to 10.
No. Just type I want. And if we see that you're in there in the chat and you say I want, we're going to put you in this wheel. We see that there's a good 5 people in the chat right now. You just type in I want. We're going to type your name into our wheel. We'll spin this wheel. We'll send you out a book. The book will send you out. I'm not giving you issue 2. That's nice. But I will give you issue 1 to make myself big here. Let's get a look at see what this one. Okay, we got JRK, Kai.
Okay.
So cool.
JRK says I want.
Hey.
We got Artist Rose. Artist Rose says she wants. So put in Rose if you could. Z, you definitely want to get in this, yeah?
Yeah, you want some of this.
Especially Z, man. You moderate everyone's stuff and you ask nothing ever. Mark says he want. I definitely throwing Z in there, man. You
Hey,
gotta, I don't care if you. Yeah, all right, Z, you're in there. Perfect.
I'm not saying anything. I won something last time. I'm gonna have people have the thing. Besides, I have number 1 anyway. I bought from Mia.
And Dylan was so heartbroken that's why I had to go out and buy another book. He's like, I wanted that book so bad.
Yeah.
So
and now it's time to start on issue 3. Gotta get that together.
Awesome. So Kai, he's put together the wheel right now. We got 4 bodies on there. He's going to read off the bodies and make sure everything's good. And we'll give the chat 20 seconds to say yes. And what I mean by that is, Kai, what bodies do you have on there?
JRK, Artist Rose, Nap 68, and then Z Collects.
Okay, so we got Z, JRK, Rose, and N60.
Nap 68.
All right, so we got Nap 68 in there. All right, Mark. So we got 4 bodies in there. Everyone good? Everyone good? All right, Kai, before you hit that thing, turn it around, show the community, tap the sucker, and then let it go.
Oh, that's cute.
We're going. And who's getting this killer issue with the fuck?
JRK.
JRK.
Hey! Congratulations.
Congratulations, JRK. Now, let me just briefly go over again the whole idea and premise of this. JRK and community, we started this as a way to go ahead and talk with artists and creators, give them another platform. Chrissy has been kind enough to, she's given me as many Saturdays as I've requested. She's been doing these Wednesdays. She goes way out of her way to moderate. I love you to death, Christy. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are here. This is a way for these artists and creators to go ahead, one, speak with you in a way that you don't get a normal ability to do so. And this is a way that I can, if I can, give you a part of their product to say, look, this is why I have them on here. You know, they're not only great people, but they put out a great product. And I do what I can for you, the artist, the creator, the community. Kai and I started this whole show, started the whole 1-2 comic talk because we love hanging out with these artists and creators. So JRK, yes, you are very welcome. Yeah, I don't know if you see the comment in there. I'm going to highlight that for you, Mia.
There we go. Oh, you're welcome. Now I see the comments. I wasn't able to see any of the comments before. Now I can see them. Oh, you're welcome. That's so cool.
So, Mia, is there anything that you would like to talk to the community? Is there anything you would like to say to them before we actually end up calling it? Because we're almost at our hour mark now. So tell the community a little bit about yourself and how they can find you.
Remember, if you want a book, just look up, go to Instagram, DaFuq, DA_FUQ1. And just message me if you want a book, and I'll get it out to you ASAP. Message me with your name, your address, and just let me know you want one, and I'll send you one. It's a really funny book. It's a book about 2 strippers, Lexi and Pimpsess, and they're on a quest for easy money, clout, and getting lit.
Awesome. Hey, JRK, I have a request of you. If you could, please find me on Instagram. and direct message me so I may get your address, if you would please. It's 12 Comic Talk on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook. If you send me a direct message on either place, I will make sure I get this book out to you. I hope you enjoy it as much as my daughter and I have. And yeah, I give parental consent, so I know Kai's read it too. So we love it.
And let's go eat breakfast.
Right?
Yeah.
Breakfast
So,
time.
Christy,
Hey, I
Thank
do
you
that
very
breakfast
much.
time. I did that fucking KFC rice bowl. It's gone now. It's tasty.
I'm starving. Let's go eat.
Christy, is there anything you want to tell the community before we head off?
Buy our shit. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
I'll have lunch hour. later.
Exactly. Well, hey, make sure you guys check out Christy's show. She has a lunch hour that she does. She's been kind enough to hang out with us for an hour here. She'll be an hour over there. Please go float from here to over there. Christy, Mia, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you guys. I look forward to seeing both of you again. Christy, definitely, we'll do our show Saturday where we'll be hanging out with Dylan Gilbertson. He does the book Sweetheart. And speaking of which, this book will be given out on that day. And so
Thank you,
people
Glenn.
in the community greatly appreciate you, Z, as always. Man, you're awesome. Christy, as always, you are too. I love you guys much. Everyone stay safe. Everyone stay healthy. Everyone stay well. Take care.
Thanks,
From
Kevin.
us at 12 Comic Talk. We out.
Christy.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Stay there.